Before getting into the content, I'd like to let everybody know that although I am a technician, I am not your technician. Please see your technician for professional advice. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only. I am not responsible for damage to yourself, your stuff, your vehicle, improvement in your love life. With that being said, let's get into the content. Stay safe, everybody. Good day, everybody. Today's video is going to be recorded on this 2016 Ford Escape. This Ford has a 2.0 liter turbo engine in it, so if this engine design looks like yours, then this video is definitely for you. Although there are a couple of options for replacing and reaching this component, I'm going to show the lengthiest / the proper way to do it, and then we can discuss the options throughout the video, and then you can decide which option works best for you. Okay, we're going to start by removing this plastic piece right here. Remove 8 of these clips. They just pry out. So if you have a small screwdriver, that'll probably work. I love using these pick tools for multiple things. There are 8 of these. I have pre-removed some of them, so for me they're going to come right out. There was one here. This one's missing on this customer car. So 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, next up are going to be the wiper blades. This little covers usually just pop right off. If not, get a pick tool or a trim tool. As you can see, they're just little plastic clips that hold on to the nut there. So pop that off on that side and the other side. Oh, I'm already bleeding. Fantastic. Grab your number 15, whatever version that comes in for you. So I didn't bring a marker or anything, but usually I like to try to make a good note. See, there's like a little notch here. Let me see if I can capture that notch. So you can kind of use that as a guide. So when you go to put this back in, your wiper's not like in a weird angled position or anything like that. So do what you need to make note of where your wiper blade is before you remove this piece. Sometimes, yep, I'm recording the struggle, aren't I? Yep, of course I am. Sometimes these come off really easily. Sometimes you need a little pulley puller, and you gotta pull it out that way. I'm just gonna pause and the video so you don't have to see the full struggle, and so this doesn't turn out to be a 10-hour video. I'm not gonna lie, I probably could have recorded the struggle. Let's see, let me bring you guys in closer. So that's what's in there. You can kind of see where it kind of cones out. So when you go to put the nut on to tighten it, that's what keeps it in place. It's just a nut and that little cone out. So you overcome that. I just played with it enough, and it eventually popped out. It didn't take me long. I probably should have just left the record button on. Onto the other side. This side's also that same 15. Okay, here we go. You're going to see the whole struggle. Think about how long it takes. I'll do the same thing I did to the other side. Just trying to give it some taps and some nudges. Probably should grab some WD-40 and squirt it in there. I'm sure that would have helped a lot. Oh, there we go. Cool beans. You saw that live. I didn't do any pre-prep work, nothing. I didn't pre-spray, nothing. That was, you guys saw that from start to finish live, so to speak. Okay, let's move on to the next step. Okay, now we should be able to remove this entire top plastic piece. There should be some popping here and there. And the popping you hear should be from, come on, let's get it to the camera. There we go. Should be from like guys like these. That should kind of make an audible pop as they slide out of place. And towards the end, you should have a couple of these. Also, these also should make a little, unless they break, because they have been known to break all the time. Somebody else has been here. I can tell this is bent out of place. So whoever removed this previously when they went to slam it in, this just bent, because it should look like these other guys. Anyways, enough of that. That piece has been removed. Set that to the side and on to the next step. Okay, so for this car, hopefully it's not too different for yours. If it is, you'll just have to find the right tool. This is called a Torx bit. Sometimes you'll hear referred to as star bit. The size for these two on this one is a T20. So if you get a T20, that will fit perfectly in the heads of these two screws, bolts. And that will loosen up this reservoir. You can just set that down and you'll be just fine. Okay, next up there are 4 bolts that are going to be a number 10. So you're going to do 1. This one's missing one right here, but there should be one there for you. So there's 2. And the other 2 are on the other side of the vehicle. So there's going to be 3. And 4. So you remove these 4 next. They appear to be the same size, so mixing and matching shouldn't be an issue. Length. And now we should be ready for the next big plastic piece to come off. I didn't hear any snapping or popping on that one. That one, just as soon as I removed those 4 bolts, it slid right out. Okay, I removed the plastic shield cover. That just pops right out. Just a little bit of force. And gotta pop it out of these little holes here. There's about 4 of them. Going all the way around. 3 and 4. So 2 on each side. Set that down. Okay, now we'll disconnect this guy and get him out of the way. And yes, you may or may not struggle just as much as I am. So you have to pinch both of these sides, and I do find it helpful to just kind of give it a little nudge in and then pull out while simultaneously maintaining the pinch. That aside. These are too brittle, as I'd hear some cracking and popping already. Okay, let's remove the tubing, ducting. Okay, mine was a number 8. There we go, number 8. So I had to get a little kind of like swivelly extension. So to get these 2 loose, once I got these 2 loose, I was able to wiggle and jiggle this out of there. Okay, let's discuss options really quickly. This is the Purge Valve or Purge solenoid, depending on what parts, manual, website, etc. you're looking at. So this is actually what it looks like. Now, if you go to the parts store and you ask them for the purge valve or the purge solenoid, and they give you this part, That part is actually the vent solenoid, or the vent valve, and that goes towards the back, towards the gas tank, charcoal canister area. So make sure you get this guy right here, and when we remove it, you'll see the component in its entirety. So option number one is to remove everything we've removed, to access one of the hoses, and it's literally just to access one connector. So you just follow this back. It's got another little clip connected there. Okay, so you follow this guy back, and you'll see that it leads. Let me see, can I get some lighting back there? Give me a sec. Okay, there we go. I got my hand on it right here. The one I'm jiggling, this like elbowed T down part. So let me see if I can kind of get you guys to. So if you follow that line back, this is where it should lead you to this guy right here, and this is what you actually need to disconnect. And you can, without removing all that plastic piece, you can actually reach your arm under there. You got some good lighting. I've done it before. See, like right there, I actually got my hand on that part just by sliding my hand underneath. And you got some good fingers. Giggity, giggity, giggity. You can press on the disconnect part. It's hard to do with one hand. Let me disconnect this so I can show you guys what you're working with. Okay, well, it's disconnected. I'm going to finish removing it so I can show you guys how to disconnect that properly. This is also the other way you can identify you're on the right track is so if you have this electrical connector that engages and disengages the part. So if you're looking at something and it doesn't have an electrical connector to it, you probably don't have the right component. Okay, here we go. We got to remove this part anyways because it's actually part of the assembly. If you see this green clip, it literally just slides back, just about that amount right there. It can fly all the way off, but anyways, you have to press down on the opposite part. So you press down on that, and that's what releases the locking mechanism. I don't know if you can see the green part in there moving outward. So that's what I had to do with that line way over there in the back. This one didn't have that green clip, but if it did, just slide the green clip down and then press, and then that line will disconnect back there. So you need to disconnect 1, 2, come over here. Oh, there goes the camera. Good job. 3, so this guy right here also needs to be disconnected. It's similar style. This one has a white clip on it instead of a green one. See if I can get you a different angle there so you can kind of see where you're going to end up disconnecting. I'm still tapping the tool on it. So get you as many angles as I can, guys. There we go. You can kind of see the white at the top. And then number 4 down here. You see this one also has the green clip, security clip on it. So once you disconnect those 4, they're all part of that purge valve, this whole hose assembly. We'll get to the electrical connector in this little bracket here last. So let me get the disconnecting here. Okay, here you can see it. Green security clip removed and the line disconnected. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a toughie. I almost went underneath the car since this one didn't have the splash shield and plastic covering at the bottom. I almost did this one from the bottom. So if you're having a hard time, you know, disassemble some of the bottom if you got it, and reach it from the bottom. But so I was gonna say pull these guys out. I hope the new piece I got has it. Looks like these kind of broke off of here. Who knows when that happened? So just. Oh, there we go. That just finished breaking off. Cool, fantastic. Minimal effort. So, totally did not mean to do that, but I don't think I had a choice. Some of these pieces just get that old. Okay, now our last part should be over here. Okay, so this one looks like it's got some broken pieces on it, on the electrical connector. But it should be a depress and then pull out. But here's your connector, and then the last part here There's a couple ways you can remove it, from what I've seen. Okay. Let's show you this little. Try to unwind all these crapola. She's out. So here's how it is sitting out of the car. So that last little piece is just this rubber piece that just kind of just slid that out. But that bracket, there's a nut you can take off that bracket, and that bracket will come out together with this rubber piece. But here's that white part that's underneath all the plastic covering we removed, where you had to kind of reach in the dark. See what I mean? You just press down, pull. Actually, it's facing downward, so you'd be pressing kind of sideways and then pulling up. And here's that one towards the very, very bottom that fought me. So anyways, those are your first two options for getting this out. Number one is reaching in there. If you're pretty good with your hands and working a little bit in tight spaces, you can get away without removing all that plastic covering and the wipers and all that stuff. You can actually remove this. I've done it before. The number one reason I did it today was so you guys can see what you're looking for and give you as many angles as I can. So option one, reach in there, tight spaces. Option two, tear it apart, just like I did in the video. Now there's a third option out there that I've seen, which is pretty cool. There's apparently a doorman kit where you can just cut. Of course, the day I decided to record this video, there's 3 helicopters flying overhead. Fantastic. Anyways, the third option is a doorman kit. Looks like this. And as far as I can tell, that doorman kit will allow you to just cut the old piece out, slide the new one in, and there's 2 little connectors to connect to all the hoses, and you know, the rest should be, or it looks pretty self-explanatory. But you know, from the looks of it, you don't have to disconnect and remove all of this to get that doorman kit to work. So if anybody's tried that kit, let us know in the comments below. So those are your 3 options. Let me get the new piece out, show you guys what that one looks like, and you know, reverse. Also, quick testing side note. These by default are supposed to be in the closed position. So to test it, get your alcohol wipes out and clean this. You can actually envelop this with your entire mouth, blow some air through, and if you can hear air coming out of any of the other ends or feel it, this part is probably bad because it should be closed. So that is a quick testing thing. Or if you want to stick an air nozzle in there or whatever. Me, I don't get too bougie, so I'm not gonna lie, I probably should have cleaned it. I didn't. I just stuck my whole mouth in there and just you know, blew as best as I could, and I could hear the air going through. And as soon as I could hear the air coming out and actually flowing through, that told me this part was bad. On the good part, you'll blow and you'll just, it'll feel like you're straining the crap out of your lungs because you're gonna be blowing into a dead end, and you know, there won't be any airflow at all. So there you go. So this is the old one up here, and this is a new one. This is actually an AutoZone one. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like what AutoZone did. So it looks like, see, the old one, we had to remove everything, but it looks like with the AutoZone one, if this part ever does fail in the future, you'll just be able to disconnect here and here. And here's the new rubber piece. They're replacing that. But yeah, in the future, it looks like at least this customer will have the option to go straight to this little valve without having to remove all of that. So it's pretty cool that AutoZone offered this. Their brand offers this, I guess, more convenient switch. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope this was helpful. Let the community know, let everybody else know if you've tried the doorman kit, if you had good success with that. If there are other options, any tips and tricks, we would absolutely appreciate it. Thank you guys. Stay safe out there. Okay, here's the new AutoZone piece installed. And those these new style or different style clips, they didn't require those security green tabs. So if you purchase the whole assembly, the good news is you don't have to worry about breaking off the old ones. This is the part that I'm really in love with, so to speak. I'm like, oh my god. Not that I'm hoping this breaks on this customer, but if it does ever again, at least I'll have a substantially easier time replacing it in the future.